The Secret Song of Wulfharth Ash King. The Truth at Red Mountain. The heart of Shor was in Resdain, as dagoth-ur had promised. As Shor's army approached the westernmost bank of the inner sea, they stared across at Red Mountain, where the Dwemer armies had gathered. News from the scouts reported that the Chimeri forces had just left Narcissus, and that they were taking their time joining their cousins against the Nords. Dagoth-ur said that the tribunal had betrayed their king's trust, that they sent Dagoth-ur to Lorkhan, for that is what they call Shor in Resdain, so that the god might wreak vengeance on the dwarves for their hubris, that Nerevar's peace with the Dwemer would be the ruin of the Velothi way. This was the reason for the slow muster, Dagoth-ur said. The armies grow, and Lorkhan, for that is what they call Shor in Resdain, said, I do not wreak vengeance on the dwarves for the reason that the tribunal might believe I do. Nevertheless, it is true that they will die by my hand, and any whoever should side with them. This Nerevar is the son of Boethia, one of the strongest Badomaics. He is a hero to his people despite his tribunal, and he shall muster enough that this battle will be harder going still. We will need more than what we have. And so Dagoth-ur, who wanted the dwarves as dead as the tribunal did, went to Kohoran and summoned his house Chapthil, his nix-hounds, his wizards, archers, his stolen men of brass. And the Ash King Wulfharth, hoary Ismer, went and made peace with the orcs in spite of his Nordic blood. And they brought many warriors, but no wizards at all. Many Nords could not bring themselves to ally with their traditional enemies, even in the face of Red Mountain. They were close to desertion. Then Wulfharth said, Don't you see where you really are? Don't you know who Shor really is? Don't you know what this war is? And they looked from the king to the god to the devils and orcs, and some knew, really knew, and they are the ones that stayed, and they are the ones that stayed. The Doom Drum. Nerevar carried Keening, a dagger made of the sound of the shadow of the moons. His champions were Dumak Dwarf King, who carried a hammer of divine mass, and Alandrosul, who was the immortal son of Azura and wore the wraith mail. They met Lorkhan at the last battle of Red Mountain. Lorkhan had his heart again, but he has long been from it, and he needed time. Wulfharth met Sul, but could not strike him, and he fell from grievous wounds, but not before shouting Sul blind. Dagoth-ur met Dumak and slew him, but not before Sunder struck his lord's heart. Nerevar turned away from Lorkhan and struck down Dagoth-ur in rage, but he took a mortal wound from Lorkhan in turn. But Nerevar feigned the death that was coming early, and so struck Lorkhan with surprise on his side. The heart had been made solid by Sunder's tuning blow, and Keening could now cut it out, and it was cut out, and Lorkhan was defeated, and the whole ordeal was thought over.